They need to take this move into the field and do whatever it is to make it disappear.
They were better off keeping Alex Smith more so than getting Fitzmagic.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Bad Medicine Podcast. You all know my co-star to my left, Diamond Dave Damone, and I am, of course, the answer. Today is a very special collaboration with members from the JT and Don show, and they just happen to be called JT and the Don. So welcome once again, JT and the Don.
What's up, guys? Thank you. We're looking forward to this. Let's get right into it. It's the middle of the free agency period in the NFL. You guys ready? We'd like to do a little segment on our podcast, JT and the Don, called Love It or Trash It. I'll give you a name and a signing, and you tell me whether you love it or trash it. Dave, let me start with you. Joe Thuney, 5 years, $80 million, signed with the Kansas City Chiefs. Love it or trash it for Kansas City?
Love it. Dude is only 28 years old. He was with the New England Patriots previously, and that deal, honestly, Kansas City needs to start throwing money at offensive linemen to keep Patrick Mahomes alive.
And a little tidbit that Patrick Mahomes will appreciate, only gave up 2 sacks all season. So, JT, I'm not even going to ask you, even though I know what you're going to say, and the fans don't really care what you have to say on this one. But the Steelers lost a good one. Bud Dupree signed with the Tennessee Titans, 5 years, $85 million. Love it or trash it?
Well, first of all, I love the Joe Thuney deal too, so that's a good deal all the way around.
Did I ask you?
You didn't. I was just making sure you didn't make a mistake.
Quit chiming in when you're not asked the question.
I know you're coming to me because he's a former Steeler. I absolutely trashed the deal. Coming off a torn ACL, suffering in December. He's going to miss all of the offseason. He's going to not be the same next year. I don't understand why the Titans would pay that kind of money for somebody that's coming off that injury when they could have just run it back with Jadeveon Clowney for much less and probably get the same results. He is a product of the Steelers and playing opposite TJ Watt. So I'm not so sold on Bud Dupree all of a sudden being the guy in Tennessee for that much money.
Andrew, what do you think about the Bud Dupree?
You took the words right out of my mouth with the TJ Watt. He wasn't seeing any double teams. I mean, it maybe a chip block here and there, but that was it, where the focus was on TJ Watt. And we saw that TJ Watt, after Bud Dupree went down, though, his stock kind of fell because then they knew they just had to key on one guy. So now when Bud Dupree goes there, is he going to be the main guy? And I don't think he has a skill set to be the main guy. He's a great complementary. So I think if he's the main focus, it's trash.
Just go look at Dupree's numbers when he's not playing for a contract. Never more than 6 sacks in a season.
You know, if I may throw my 2 cents in, because he's a former Steeler, I know I'm being a homer here, but, and I've told JT this before, the Steelers know when to let their free agents walk. You look at Antonio Brown, even though he was traded, Le'Veon Bell, you go down the line through their history, you don't see too many big Steeler free agent signings elsewhere, and they end up being Pro Bowlers. So just saying, the Steelers usually know when to let their guys move on. How about Trent Williams? Trent Williams agreed to a 6-year deal with the 49ers, $138 million extension, $30 million signing bonus, potentially up to $55 million guaranteed. Love it or trash it? JT, what do you think?
Trash it. Has nothing to do with him. It's all about the money. I don't understand how you can give that kind of money to a guy that's 33 years old. He hasn't played a full season in almost 10 years. Oh, did we forget? Just before he came to the 49ers, he's already shown that if he doesn't want to play, he's not going to show up. So that's way too much money to invest in somebody that old. It has shown that he's going to do what he wants, regardless if it's good for the team.
Baltimore Ravens lost Matt Judon to the New England Patriots. Signed 4-year deal worth $56 million. Love it or trash it?
He learned last year when 11 players opted out. It's not that easy in the NFL if you have players opting out and you don't have your defense playing the exact way you want it to. So what do? You go out and you get your defensive players. You get a couple of tight ends, so that way you can run your 2 tight end offense that you always love to run, even when Tom was there. I mean, only time will tell with all the splurging they've done. I like this move because you're a great defender to get on the defensive side.
We will go ahead. Yannick Ngakoue signed with the Raiders, 2 years, $26 million. JT, I do want to hear from you on that. Love it or trash it?
You just want me to go first so you can just refute everything I'm going to say. So
Dave and Andrew can
That's
refute.
what I hate you being the host,
I've got the really smart guys this time here.
I love it. I mean, you think you rewind the clocks 2 years ago, Everybody thought he was going to be the next highest paid pass rusher. So you get him for basically 13 mil for 2 years, but the guarantees are probably not that much. How could you not love that deal? That's the definition of value.
I know I've been on this little train here of saying like it on everything. The Raiders need help. And so all those Raider fans out there during our power rankings that were calling us out, oh, how about these Raiders? Guys, you're still suffering a little bit here. And again, you still need help. And this guy is going to get you some help, especially now that you have Gus Bradley as your defense coordinator. So I will have a little hope for the Raiders to do a little bit better this year.
The segment is love it or trash it, right? Not like it. It's love it or trash it. You guys are missing the point of the segment.
You say
You're
I don't
supposed to
listen.
say those two words first, and then give us your explanation.